Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video. So for today, as you can see, we're going to be making a Subway sandwich. Please stay tuned to see how this was made. So to get started, we're just gonna go ahead and start with preparing our veggies for our Subway bread. Here I have a green bell pepper, some tomatoes, and an onion. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them into slices. So once we're done with cutting these, we're gonna move on to preparing our tuna salad. For our tuna salad here, I'm using a quarter of an onion. And this time I'll be cutting the onions a little bit smaller and not slices. The same thing with the tomato, we'll cut into smaller pieces. Also, if you do not like onions, you can decrease the amount of onions that you use, but I love onions, so I use a generous amount of it. So now let's put them together into the bowl. So here is the canned tuna that I'm using. I have already drained the water before using it, so if you do not like the excess water that it has, make sure you drain it first. And so we're gonna go ahead and season it with some lemon and olive oil. You could also add any other seasonings to it. And now we're just gonna go ahead and start mixing it together. So I almost forgot about the lettuce. I like lettuce on my Subway sandwich, so we're just gonna cut that and put it aside with the other veggies that we cut earlier. So here are our beautiful vegetables that we cut. Here I've added pickles, so if you like pickles you can add to it. You can also add any other vegetables of your choice. So now let's move on to preparing our guacamole. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it into half and remove the middle part. I also like to cut the inside parts first before I take it out. And then once I have pieces cut, I'm gonna go and squeeze it out. Okay, so it's time to season our avocado now. I'm going to be seasoning it with some garlic salt, lemon, and an olive oil. So that's it for our avocado. Let's move on to our meat. So first thing I'm going to be using is grilled chicken from Walmart, and I bought this pastrami from Trader Joe's and it's beef. For the bread, this is the bread that I'm going to be using. I got it from Walmart and it's my family's favorite. So I'm only going to use half of it because I will be making 3 types of sandwiches, so I'll use the rest for the others. So let's go ahead and cut it into a half that way. Now I did not show it in the video, but for every sandwich that I'm using, I have been taking off the inner part of the bread, the white parts. I want more space in the inside of it, so I took it off. Let's go ahead and start laying down our grilled chickens on the other side of the bread, and on the opposite side we'll be putting our cheese. I'm using American cheese. Let's stick this into the toaster and we'll be toasting it for about a minute or two. It has been about 2 minutes and we can see that our cheese is melting, so we can go ahead and take it off of the toaster. So now is when we need the vegetables that we cut out earlier. So go ahead and start putting any vegetables of your choice into your Subway bread. I'm also gonna go ahead and grab my avocado that I prepared earlier. If you don't like avocado, you can option out from it, but I love avocado, so I'm gonna put avocado on my sandwich. And now for the dressing, I'm just gonna keep it simple and only use mayonnaise for it. So there you have it, our sandwich is all done. We're just gonna go ahead and fold it and put it together. And this is how I make my grilled chicken Subway sandwich, and it tastes amazing. So basically we're just gonna go ahead and repeat this process over and over to make the other types of sandwich. The next sandwich that I will be preparing is the tuna sandwich. So since this is tuna, I decided to just toast the bread without using any cheese because I felt weird about using cheese on my tuna. So I was a little distracted and may or may not have burned the bread a little bit. So to avoid this, please don't let it stay there for more than 1.5 minutes or 2. So for me, this is not too bad, so I'm gonna continue using the bread because it looks crusty and delicious. And as you can see, I have brought my tuna salad and I'm laying it down on my bread. And of course, don't forget about your vegetables. I'm only going to be using lettuce and green pepper this time because the tuna already has some onions and tomatoes in it. And I was not feeling pickles on this one. For the dressing, I'm also still keeping it simple and just using mayonnaise. But remember, you can use any dressing that you like. And it's all done now. We're going to fold it together. And there you have it. Our tuna salad is also done. And last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and make our beef pastrami sandwich. You can replace this with roast beef or chicken breast if you don't have the specific pastrami from Trader Joe's. So it's basically the same process again. We're just gonna lay down our cheese and our pastrami on the other side, and we'll also put this in the toaster for about 1 minute or 2. Of course, we're not going to forget about our vegetables for this one as well. And here it is, our last sandwich bread is also all done. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all liked today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section about what you thought of today's recipe. Also, don't forget to subscribe and I'll be back with more videos.